After trading for Kyrie Irving, the Mavericks went 5-14, missing the playoffs completely, not even getting a play-in spot. And now, losing to Luka's old Euro team in the preseason, the Mavericks are in what I would like to call NBA hell. How do I know? I watched the Portland Trail Blazers for 6 years straight. Now the Mavs are in the same situation. The team is too good to get a high draft pick, but not good enough to make it out of the second round. They already had their Black Magic run when they went to the conference finals, and with how the roster is constructed, I don't see them returning anytime soon. The Mavericks suffer from a variety of issues, like size, rebounding, defense, but mainly depth. The Mavs' biggest offseason acquisition was signing Grant Williams, and he is arguably the best player on the roster outside of Kyrie and Luka. This season, it looks like Jason Kidd wants to run the dribble style of basketball that he ran last year, and the style Rockets fans are so familiar with. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but the Mavs won't be looking to stop their opponent on defense, they will be looking to outscore them every night, if that makes sense. Now, without a doubt, the Mavs offense will be at a minimum league average because of Luka and Kyrie, but the defense is how teams win games. Now, Jason Kidd is known for being a defensive coach, but you can't have a successful defense if you don't have the right tools on your roster. In this perimeter-centric league, the Mavs have a grand total of one perimeter defender on their roster. His name is Josh Green. Last season, when Josh Green was on the floor, the Mavs were 2.5 points better defensively than when he was off the floor. And you can see it from the eye test too. Josh Green is a very energetic defender that has the size and athleticism to keep up with guards and can handle some bigger wings too. Here against the Warriors, Josh Green takes off to follow Jordan Poole. He chases him down and makes a great closeout without fouling. Here he stops the three-point attempt and forces up a mid-range, and that's a great contest. Here Christian Wood is the low man, and Josh Green makes a great closeout to force an air ball. Here against the Grizzlies, against the stronger David Roddy, bumps, Green's good footwork forces a travel. Here against the Kings, Fox gets the ball and attacks immediately off the dribble, but Green slides in front of him and forces him to take a mid-range shot. Against the Warriors, again the stronger Anthony Lamb tries to bully Green, but his good footwork stops him from going anywhere, but the Mavericks will never get a rebound in their life. Again against the Kings, this time Green is the low man, and he stops De'Aaron Fox to force him to take a bad shot. But Josh Green can't guard everyone on the floor all at once, and opposing teams are going to attack the weaker defenders no matter what. And that leaves us with the Mavericks' last line at defense, rookie Dereck Lively. Now, we have seen rookies perform well when thrown into the fire, most recently Walker Kessler, who I want to make a video on, but not today. Dereck Lively in his preseason games so far has looked meh, and he's shown some promise he can be a threat to stop people at the rim, but almost every possession the ball got way too easily into the paint, and Lively was so busy trying to contest everything that he was picking up fouls and couldn't close out possessions by getting a rebound. Right now, it looks like he's projecting to be the next Hassan Whiteside. Rebounding the ball and closing possessions this year is going to be the issue for the Mavs. They are one of the smallest rosters in the league, and their starting point guard is probably going to average the most rebounds for them, which isn't an all bad thing. It speeds up the offense in transition because the bigs don't have to waste time trying to find a guard. But when you play against teams that crash the boards or just have more size in general, the Mavericks are really going to struggle because outside of Luka, their best rebounder is probably Richaun Holmes, their third string center. I will assume Grant Williams gets the starting job at the 4, and again it just adds to the height issues they already had. Last season the Mavs struggled with the lack of size. Take a look at some of these clips. Here against the Grizzlies, Josh Green gets forced to switch on to JJJ, and he can't really do anything down here, and the low man still too small. In transition, the ball gets swung to Dylan Brooks, and of course he breaks it, but still, they can't get a rebound. Here, he puts up a floater, he breaks it, and he gets his own miss over 3 different Mavericks. Here, Keldon Johnson backs down Josh Green, moves him, but he breaks it, and over 3 Mavericks again, he gets his own miss, and he puts it back in. Here we see Tyus Jones bring in the D, nobody goes in to box out, and Aldama gets the putback. Here again against the Grizzlies, Brooks puts up a brick, and again, nobody boxes out. And so it's another putback. This time Jaren puts up a shot, he misses it, but Dylan gets the rebound and he misses, and Jaren gets the putback. Those are possessions that you just can't afford to give up in games when you're trying to compete for a playoff spot. Next up, when Kyrie and Luka are off the floor, the Mavs will suffer big time. I would predict Luka to have one of, if not the best plus-minus in the league, because realistically on the bench, the Mavs have nobody that can help stop the bleeding when the stars are gone. You could make an argument for Jaden Hardy. He had some flashes last year of being a spark plug, but he's still young, and I don't know if you can trust him with the entire creation off the bench, because we know damn well Jason Kidd doesn't have any sets to run. The Mavs do have Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr., but Seth is old and a traffic cone on defense, so what he brings on offense is countered on defense, and Tim Hardaway Jr. seems to only play good when he starts, and when he is off the bench he will have one good game out of 5, and he's probably one of the most inconsistent players in the league. You also can't start him next to Luka and Kyrie, because then you'll have the worst defense in NBA history. The new rookie, Oliver Maxence Prosper, will most likely be limited to shooting corner threes this year, and we know Maxi Kleber isn't doing the offense any favors. So this brings me to my point. The Mavericks are in NBA hell. Any lineup Jason Kidd throws out there, they won't be able to get stops. They won't be able to rebound, but they sure as hell will make a lot of threes, and Luka will find a way to get the Mavs at least 30 wins. But him and Kyrie will have to play 40 minutes a night. This situation reminds me of the teams Dame were on in Portland. Zero defense, but a duo that could carry them just enough to win games, surrounded by bad contracts, and a coach that the front office put way too much faith in. Thanks for watching till the end. If you want more, you should subscribe and come back for another one.